Hello and welcome to TVB News. I'm Melissa Hekalea. Today is International Labor Day and the 5-day Golden Week holiday kicks off on the mainland. As of 4 p.m., the Immigration Department recorded over 300,000 travelers entering the city via different control points. 180,000 were mainlanders. Mimosingai reports.
The arrival area at the Shenzhen Bayport was packed with travelers this morning. Many carried suitcases while some traveled light. A few mainlanders said they came to Hong Kong for street foods such as fish balls and beef entrails. We will be in Hong Kong for 2 days and will visit places such as Yau Ma Tei and Sneaker Street, this traveler said. Not everyone plans to stay overnight in the city because of expensive hotels. We are from Shenzhen. It will also be more comfortable for us to rest at home, this man said. Despite the gloomy weather, West Kowloon Cultural District remained a popular photo spot for tourists. Coaches dropped off tour groups outside the Hong Kong Palace Museum. This mother wants her children to learn more about the city's culture. We are here for 4 days. It's our first time in the city, and I think it has been nice so far, she said. The Immigration Department earlier estimated about 5.71 million passengers would arrive in Hong Kong between today and Monday. The number of outbound and inbound passengers using land boundary control points are expected to peak on Saturday and then again on Monday, with the figure being 590,000 and 580,000 respectively. Memos 9, TVB News.
On the first day of the Golden Week holidays, many train stations in the mainland were filled with crowds of travelers. With a recent relaxation of China's sales tax refund policy for overseas tourists, some international travelers say they are planning to spend more. Jackie Lin reports.
The travel rush began on the first day of the Golden Week in the mainland, a bustling scene at Shanghai's Hongqiao railway station with a peak in passenger flow in the morning. Authorities expected the National Railway would be shuttling 22.5 million passengers on Thursday, with more than 1,000 trains in operation. In Beijing, heavy morning traffic on highways as well. The Transportation Department estimates 66.5 million cars will be traveling across the country throughout the day, more than double the level in regular weekdays. Authorities said the public's interest in traveling is much stronger in this year's Golden Week holiday. Shopping malls were also busy. In Guangzhou, some malls display notices reminding visitors of the new departure tax measures for foreign tourists. In the past, foreign tourists had to buy a minimum of 500 yuan to receive a tax refund. Now the threshold is lowered to 200 yuan. The cash refund limit is increased from 10,000 to 20,000 yuan. The tax rebate rate for tax-refundable items remains at 11%. Currently, 349 shops in Guangzhou shopping districts allow international tourists to apply for tax rebates on the spot.
Souvenirs, clothes. Now I'm looking for skincare products for my wife, so I am a little confused because this is my first time here. But with your news, it's okay for me. I can buy more.
It makes it more competitive because China has a lot of tax on goods, so it will mean people are more likely to go shopping.
Hong Kong and Macau residents can also enjoy tax rebates on the spot when purchasing electronic goods. Some electronic shops said they are anticipating the Golden Week holidays will see more sales among travelers from the SARs. Jackie Lin, TVB News.
On Labor Day, Chief Executive John Lee shared details about his earlier visit to airport workers and commended their contributions to Hong Kong's development. Lee said the airport staff and workers from other industries have worked tirelessly to lay the cornerstone of Hong Kong's development. He said the U.S. has disrupted global supply chains with its tariffs, but there are both challenges and opportunities in the situation. Lee stressed Hong Kong has strengthened its strategic policies, including seizing the mainland's opportunities in development and strengthening international exchanges. He said the abolition of the mandatory Provident Fund offsetting mechanism that begins today will benefit more than 3 million workers in Hong Kong and improve retirement protection. Hong Kong's minimum wage has been raised to $42.10 per hour. That's up from a flat $40. Under the minimum wage ordinance, protected employees include full-time, part-time, and casual individuals. Apart from the minimum wage, the monthly monetary cap on the requirement for employers to record the total number of hours worked by employees is adjusted from $16,300 to $17,200. South Korea's acting president Han Duck-soo has resigned. He said he wants to take on heavier responsibility amid expectations he'll run in next month's presidential election. South Korean media reported he'll officially launch his presidential campaign on Friday. Han was appointed prime minister, the country's #2 post, by then-President Yoon Suk-yeol, whose removal from office triggered the by-election to be held on June 3rd. The main conservative People Power Party remains in disarray over Yoon's imposition of martial law on December 3. Observers say Han is expected to align with the People Power Party to launch a unified conservative campaign against liberal frontrunner Lee Jae-myung. Han is a career bureaucrat with about 40 years of public service and a Harvard doctorate in economics. Deputy Prime Minister Choi Sang-mok becomes acting South Korean president until a new leader is elected. Foreign Minister Wang Yi has called on BRICS countries to strengthen unity, safeguard the rights and interests of developing countries, and stand up against power politics. He made the remarks while attending the meeting of BRICS national security advisors and high representatives on national security in Brazil. Jackie Lin with more.
Foreign Minister Wang Yi traveled from Rio de Janeiro to the Brazilian capital, Brasilia, to attend the 15th meeting of BRICS national security advisors and high representatives on national security. Also at the meeting were representatives of the 10 BRICS countries, including Russia and Iran. Wang Yi said at the meeting that a transactional approach in international politics and the weaponizing of global trade will only aggravate the trust crisis among countries and jeopardize global security. He said concession leads to nowhere and unity is where hope lies. Wang added the BRICS countries cannot sit idly by and let their legitimate rights and interests be deprived. Wang called on BRICS countries to work to defend the right and space of developing countries, take the lead in unity, and protect multilateralism. He said the authority of the United Nations will not change because of the coercion or withdrawal of a certain country. The foreign minister said BRICS countries should set an example to curb pressure and confrontation by doing the right things based on equality and respect. There were no joint statements issued following the BRICS foreign ministers' meeting held earlier. Only the host country, Brazil, issued a presidential statement about the opposition to trade protectionism. The United States was not named. After a one-day stay in Brasilia, Wang Yi will return to China, concluding his 6-day visit to Kazakhstan and Brazil. Jackie Lin, TVB News.
U.S. President Donald Trump has praised ally Elon Musk for heading the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. This as the Tesla founder said he would leave government work to spend more time running his own business.
But you have been treated unfairly, but the vast majority of people in this country really respect and appreciate you. And we just want to thank you very much. And you know, you're invited to stay as long as you want.
Thank you, and it's also an honor to work with your incredible cabinet. I just like to say thank you, everyone, for it's great to work with you.
Thank you very much.
Musk gave a sort of farewell to Trump and his cabinet secretaries at a meeting on Wednesday. Musk claimed that DOGE's federal workforce slashing has saved $160 billion so far. A Tai Kung Po commentary article said C.K. Hutchison's planned sale of ports in the Panama Canal could be handled by using national security laws if necessary. The article said Beijing's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and others have spoken on the matter and says if CK chooses to persist in taking the wrong path, it will result in a bloody head. The article says with the U.S. launching a tariff war, Hutchison is giving up strategic assets to an American company. This is the equivalent to supporting the enemy. This could breach more than antitrust laws. National security laws can be used. The article urged C.K. Hutchison to make a wise decision. At least 22 people were injured in a traffic accident on West Kowloon Highway. The accident involved an airport bus. The bus was severely damaged. The windscreen smashed. Internal bus components were exposed. Firefighters arrived to inspect the scene. The bus driver and passengers sat on the side of the highway waiting for medical treatment. Several people were sent to the hospital. Police said the incident happened at around 12:30 p.m. when the bus was on West Kowloon Highway heading to the airport before it collided with water-filled barriers and crash barriers on Sing Sha Highway. The driver was suspected to have lost control of the bus. Authorities are investigating the cause of the crash. And passengers are now allowed to take their dogs and cats on light rail MTR trains as part of a new trial scheme. At the moment, animals are only allowed on board on weekends and public holidays. Samantha Lee has the story.
For the first time, dogs and cats are allowed to board public transport. At Tumun Siuhong Station this morning, some volunteers from the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or SPCA, and Animal Asia Foundation brought their pets onto the first light rail train which allows pets. According to MTR's rules, pets have to be kept completely inside their carriers, with no body parts exposed for the entire journey. While there is no weight limit, the carriers should not exceed a combined dimension limit of 170 centimeters and a maximum single side length of 130 centimeters. Passengers with their pets should board and alight from the last carriage door and stay at the rear of the compartment throughout the ride. Mr. Chen has put his 1-year-old Shiba Inu inside a pet bag. He said some pets with larger size may not be able to fit inside a carrier. He hopes the railway company will consider allowing pet strollers on board as long as the pet is covered.
Pets also actually is like human. It's okay to bring them sometimes because they are also like family.
This passenger said he was okay with small-sized pets, but worried large noisy pets may cause a nuisance. Owners have to buy a monthly pass for their pets at $99. Cheris Lee, chief of the MTR's operating and metro segment, said MTR would collect opinions from passengers to decide whether to extend the 2-month trial scheme.
The MTR said the new animal-friendly policy is intended to promote inclusiveness. The MTR also hopes both pet owners and other passengers can pay more respect and be more considerate to each other. Samantha Lee, TVB News.
That's the news. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.